Hey everybody, I'm Jason Creel and this is the Lawn Care Life. Today I've got a quiz for you to determine whether or not you are a high maintenance lawn care customer. Or if you're in the lawn care business, you can use this quiz on your own customers. I wouldn't necessarily give it to them, but you can think through and answer the questions on their behalf and determine if your customers are high maintenance or not. Now this is mostly for entertainment purposes, but there is some truth to the fact that high maintenance customers are not as profitable usually for you as a lawn care business owner, and maybe they're profitable but it's just more headaches than the worst. So here's how it works. I'm going to give you 10 questions, and the way the scoring works is for every question that you answer yes to, that's 1 point. So the score will go anywhere from 0 to 10. If you score a 0 on the test, that means you're an unbelievable lawn care customer, you're extremely low maintenance, and if you're unhappy with your lawn care provider, please come be my customer. If you score a 10 on the test, that means you're extremely high maintenance. If your lawn care provider quadruples your price next year, then I don't blame them one bit. If you're anywhere from the 4 to 6 range, I'd say you're tolerable but not ideal. Anything 3 or less is probably a pretty good customer. Anything 7 to 10 is borderline a burden to society. I kid a little bit, but hey, low maintenance customers are something to be thankful for. Let's get started with the questions. Keep your own score and let me hear from you in the comments below. I do want to mention before I get started, if you're going to the GIE Expo, this video is being shot before the 2019 Expo. You can use the link below. It's an affiliate link. You get half price off your ticket. The early bird registration ends September 5th, so use the link in the description. Let's get started with questions. Question number 1, do you request a special day for your service? Now, what I mean is you have people that say, hey, I want my grass cut on Friday because I want it looking good for the weekend, or even worse, do you change up the day? Do you want it Friday one week and then skip the next week, but maybe the following Tuesday, and then that's just a total nightmare. But do you have a special day of the week? So if you're keeping score, if you answer yes to that question, then your score is now 1. Question number 2, I think you understand how the game works now. Do you call, text, or email your lawn care provider more than 4 times per year? Hey, an occasional call or text or email is fine, especially if it's a compliment, which is not typically the case. But if you're constantly calling, texting, or emailing, that's going to push you up on that high maintenance list. So more than 4 times a year, then your answer would be yes on this question. Question number 3. Do you find yourself giving special instructions to your lawn care provider? Example would be on how high they should mow your grass. You know, instead of letting the lawn care provider decide what would be best for the lawn, you give them special instructions. I want mine mowed at 3 1/4 inches, you know, and things like that. Question number 4, hope you're keeping score. Do you skip services sometimes? So you say, oh, you know what, I don't think it needs cut this week, you can skip me. And I used to have somebody that it was so frustrating. It seemed like about every April when the grass started growing, they would want to skip. I was just cutting their grass every 2 weeks, which was a problem anyway. And then they'd want to skip, so it would be 4 weeks. And by the time I came back, I was having to go over that lawn 3 times to get it cut, and it was a real burden. So if you skip services for your lawn care provider, then that puts you more on the high maintenance list. And that may sound weird because you think, well, I'm skipping. Shouldn't that make me more low maintenance? Well, actually no, because when you skip, it makes more work when they actually do come back to cut your grass. Question number 5, do you request bagging from your lawn care provider? Bagging, you know, some people, their whole business model is based around bagging. That's fine, they got the equipment, but a lot of people are not set up for that or don't do it as often. And if you request bagging, then I think, you know, the lawn care provider should charge you more because it definitely takes longer and you got to figure out what to do with the clippings. So if you request bagging, it makes you a little bit more high maintenance. Nothing wrong with bagging, I'm just saying it puts you more on the high maintenance list. Question number 6, have you used more than 3 lawn care providers in the past 3 years? You know, it's like you find that person that's been divorced 6 times and you just want to tell them, you know what, my marriage advice, not being a marriage counselor, would be don't get married anymore, okay? And if you keep switching, sometimes I get people when they call, and that's one of the questions I like to ask people when they call me for a quote. I say, you know, are you currently working with a lawn care provider? And they'll say, no, I've been doing it myself. Or they'll say, Yes, I am, but I'm about to fire him, and I fired the one last year, and I fired the one the year before that, and I fired the one the year before that. And I said, okay, because I know my competitors, and I know a lot of them do a really good job. And so I'm thinking something might not be the company's fault every time. Now, you know, sometimes it is, sometimes not. But if you've changed more than 3 times in 3 years, then probably put you on more of the high maintenance list. Question number 7. Do you compare your lawn regularly with your neighbors? I hate that when I get that from my customers. Now, maybe you get that in a positive way. You say, man, my yard sure does look better than my neighbors. And I know it's a natural thing to do, but when somebody says, look at my yard and look at my neighbors and they're using such and such company and how come their yard looks so much better than mine? Well, sometimes it's because the homeowner puts way more effort into it, you know, or they're out there mowing it every 4 days and hand pulling the 2 weeds that did pop up, and this person does absolutely nothing. So, you know, there's time. I'm not saying you can't ever compare with your neighbor, whatever, and that there shouldn't be some expectations and things held to the lawn care company to reach a certain standard. But, you know, sometimes more effort leads to more results. So, I mean, I can make yards look great. If you want me to come mow it every 4 days and do 12 lawn treatments a year and you know, use every trick in the book, then sure, we can make it look great. But sometimes what bothers me is they don't want to put any effort into it, or don't want to pay anything, or want to do the minimal program and they still expect the same results as their neighbor who's out there working in their yard all the time. What about this one, number 8? Do you watch your lawn care provider perform the service? Now, this happens, you'll see them sometimes peeking out the blinds, looking at the lawn care provider. Hey, I understand that sometimes. I mean, when my air conditioner guy comes over, I get out there and watch him and talk to him because I know him and I just want to understand a little bit. There's nothing wrong with that. But if you're just peeking out the blinds and just making sure he didn't miss one little spot and walking around the yard and just telling him how to do his job, it becomes a burden, just to be honest with you. I had a guy the other day who is from another country and does not speak English, okay? And he followed me around the yard just spitting out all this stuff in another language. He couldn't understand a word I said. I couldn't understand a word he was saying, but it was very clear that he wanted the weeds gone out of his yard. Well, that's fine. I understand that, but I couldn't explain to him anything about the weeds or what to do or how to take action. And the people in his household who actually do speak English, I've already discussed with them about the situation, how to plan of action, how to take care of it. And now I've got to have somebody that comes out there and watches me, literally walking right beside me as I do the work and speaking to me, and you know, I can just imagine what he was saying in some language which I cannot understand. Sometimes people just want to, you hire them to do the job, they just want to do it and not have somebody staring down their back all the time. Number 9, do you request special payment terms? You know, something like, can you hold this check till next Friday? Or can I wait and pay you, you know, a month from now? Or, you know, whatever. Can you give me a discount if I pay this time? Or what, whatever, you name the special terms. Would you want to trade for an old used chainsaw that doesn't run? No, I don't. Okay, so things like that. So, you know, we just ultimately just want somebody just to pay the bill, okay? If we do the service and you leave the money and pay the money, send the money, pay it on a credit card, whatever, that's ideal. And if there's special terms, again, you do what you gotta do, but that puts you more in the high maintenance category. Number 10, for a high maintenance customer, are you a late payer? Now, when you become a combination of all this, where you have, you know, super high expectations, want everything perfect and custom, and then you pay late, that just puts the icing on the cake in my book. So if you know, just pay on time. Everybody likes when they do their work to be paid on time. People that have normal 8 to 5 W-2 paying jobs, they like to get their paycheck every other Friday or whenever payday is, and they would probably be frustrated if it did not show up, or if it showed up a month late or 2 months late. So, you know, just being somebody that pays on time is very helpful, and we certainly appreciate that as lawn care providers. Now, of course, it's understandable that, you know, people forget, slips their mind. That's one thing. But when it happens over and over and over and over again, you're definitely on the high maintenance list, and I don't blame the lawn care provider if they drop you and find a better customer. All right, how'd you do on the test? If you're a customer, I'd love to hear from you in the comments. How'd you do? High maintenance, low maintenance, or if you're a lawn care provider, how are your customers doing? Of course, we want more profitable customers. We want low maintenance customers. Doesn't mean you can't deal with high maintenance customers. But again, my principle is you keep control of your business. Don't let the customers have control of your business. At that point, you're no longer a business owner. You're no longer your own boss. You're just working for all these other people. And we want to serve them. We want to provide great customer service and do a great job on their lawn, but at the same time you've got to maintain control of your business. There's no way that you can provide outstanding service for a lot of customers if you're letting a few of them dictate how you run your business. I'm Jason Creel. Hope the video's been helpful, entertaining, and enjoyable. If you like it, I would encourage you to subscribe to the channel. Check out the other videos by clicking Lawn Care Life below. That's my channel name. And engage with you in comments. Talk to you later. Bye.